All right, so this is the last piece of our strength and mobility, and you're going to be back over at your table, and we're going to be looking at the warrior. And the warrior is a pose in yoga that is a really strengthening pose. It's often sort of the prescription for someone who's, not very confident maybe, and who also needs to build up their heart, their inner strength. So if I was standing, I would have my left leg bent at 90 at the knee right now, and my right leg out like that, but I'm not. So I'm in a chair, and so I'm going to bring my arms into this position of warrior, which would be similarly as powerful. So put your brakes on, and then also we're getting lateral stretch and extension here. So use your hand on your block before you go over. Inhale, and then exhale. Begin to use your spine to go over. Don't let yourself fall into your arm if you can help it. And so arcing your spine, and then bringing your right arm up and reaching it as far over toward the left as you can go, and letting both arms be parallel. And ideally, your body's not forward of your midline pelvis or back. So you're right kind of centered over your pelvis. And if you can stretch your fingers out on your hands, that's awesome. Palms will be facing each other. And in this pose, you want to get your 5 breaths in. It's a strong pose. Keeping that upper arm, the elbow back. And then when you're ready on this last breath, inhale. Come on back up. Good. And we're going to do 2 more going that way. Inhale, and then stretch and reach over and into warrior. Feel like you're a warrior here, kind of conquering your inertia, conquering a mind, a thought maybe that's holding you back, a belief, breathing, keeping your tailbone and your hips centered on your chair. And then inhale, come on back up, all the way up. Good, and then we're going to go back over one last time. Inhale, and into warrior 2, where you really feel that strength between your arms, that strength in your navel, holding you, collecting you, breathing, strengthen your ujjayi breath. Good, and then inhale, come on back up, and then turn yourself around, and beg your pardon, I'm going to be not facing you for this one, but that's okay. We can do it together, and we'll be warriors. So set it up so that you're, as far away from that table as you need to be in order to get a good stretch laterally. Inhale the left arm up, extending out toward your right side now. I have to put my hand on my head here, and then really stretch out and make sure I don't fall forward in this position. Breathing. 4 and 5, and then releasing it out and coming back up to your midline and preparing for the next one. Inhale, the left arm up, extending out through the right, and keep extending. And at some point, bringing your left arm over towards your right, ideally getting them parallel. If not, placing your left hand on your head, keeping that elbow back. Good. 4 and 5. And inhale, come on back up. And last one. Inhale up. I'm going to put my arm there right away because my arm's getting tired. And exhale, extend over to your right side, lateral. Good. Lateral flexion and extension. 2, 4, and 5. And release and come on out. And then we're going to turn around toward the back or toward the front of the room. And then we're going to do our last little pose here before our meditation, which is to go into that forward fold You could use the block if you want, and it's actually a nice way to set up the forward fold, making sure again you've got that rolled up something on your lap. So I'm going to come in, extend, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a push back away from the table, and then I'm going to bring my arms all the way down for 5 breaths and relax the shoulders. Relax the space between the vertebrae. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the jaw. And then when you're ready, hands beside your knees on your chair, elbows in, and pump back up. And come back up to your midline and your upright position. And then we're going to move into our mindful meditation for today. So find yourself a dignified position where you can relax yourself and let yourself come all back to center. Put your brakes on and close your eyes if that's there for you. And just allowing yourself to feel the vibration, feel what's going on in your body after doing this workout. Notice with a kind attention anything that's speaking to you, maybe something good, could be something maybe unfavorable, whatever's speaking to you, just note it with acceptance and then move on to noticing now your breath. And after doing a little bit of breath work and a little bit of yoga, tune into where your breath is at. Feeling the rhythm of it. Feeling the sensation of it. Allowing yourself to kind of be the breath for a moment and just feel your breath in your body. And this is no forcing of the breath. This is just a natural breath. Really just noticing even your natural rhythm. Do you notice your exhale releasing you? Do you notice your inhale kind of uplifting your heart, opening your chest? And as you tune more deeply into your breath, can you feel the breath moving through your nasal cavity? Can you feel the breath at the back of your throat? Great athletes, singers, musicians, even actors, all train the breath. And in yoga we train the breath as well. And part of training the breath is really training the mind to pay attention to the breath. And the breath is a really good anchor for all of us to feel strong. And the more we anchor ourselves, the more stability and the more strength we have really. When we're unanchored or untethered, we can kind of be pulled by any whim or any current, any change on the surface. And we could view those symbolically or actually literally. And so the more you have control, conscious control of your breath, the more strength you have. And really the more mobility, because you can make choices there that are not reactions. So feeling the strength of your breath, the strength of your being as you breathe down into your belly and connect breath to belly, breath to your center. And allowing yourself to relax the shoulders from the inside out, to give, permission, really, an invitation to the jaw to release by softening the insides of your cheekbones, inside of your cheek tissue, back of the jaw, relax. And the tongue floating up to the roof of the mouth. And that gentle, sort of beautiful grin of just, I'm all good, I'm okay. coming about your face and feeling that as we relax and release. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for your practice.